Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
I just wanted to ask, are you wearing astronaut pants because your ass is out of this world?
No, I'm wearing baseball pants because my ass is out of your league.
Whatever. You're ugly anyway.
Okay.
I almost forgot to mention that this girl right here is the same one as this one. So, same girl, as strong, as attractive, as confident, so don't get foolish.
Come on, Dad. That shirt, that skirt, she's basically asking for it. Nope. Unless she gives you permission, don't touch her, and always be respectful. But she showed up at the party, had a couple drinks. Basically, she knew what was going to happen. Basically, unless she says yes to you, no. She texted me at like 1 a.m. saying she needed to talk. She came over. Come on, you know she wanted it. Nah, if she didn't say yes, she didn't want it. She was putting out all the signals though, smiling at me, touching my shoulder. So I figured, it's on. No matter what you think the signals were, she says no, you gotta stop, 'cause it ain't on. I realize these are tough conversations to have, but it's our responsibility to have them at a young age. Thank you.
Is there any statistical proof you can give me that women have it worse than men and men are your oppressors?
Actually, yes, there is. And as a matter of fact, men are also men's oppressors. Isn't that something to wrap your brain around? So let's start off with the obvious. In 1999, white women got the right to vote, which was way after their male counterparts. Since then, only around 52 women have served on the Senate, 26 of which are serving right now. Additionally, they only make up 23.2% of the House of Representatives, which puts them at a way higher disadvantage to their male counterparts. So now let's talk about sexual assault. 82% of all juvenile sexual assault victims are female. 90% of all adult sexual assault victims are female. Women from the ages of 16 to 19 are 4 times more likely than the average population to get sexually assaulted. 1 out of 6 women will experience sexual assault throughout their lifetime. And you know what? The dumbassery in this is way too complicated to just talk in one video, so I'm gonna make this a 3-part series.
Is there any statistical proof you can give me that women have it worse than men and men are your oppressors?
Yes, there is statistical proof, and I'm here to show it to you. So the mean salary of women is 83 to 83% of the mean salary of men. That's where that whole 80 cents to a dollar statistic comes from. Now, when you take account for the same exact job, women are still underpaid. They get paid around 98 cents for every men's dollar. Why don't women just get higher paying jobs? Well, there's an answer to that too. Before we get to that, only 27% of people in STEM are women. Well, why don't they just take higher paying jobs? Well, according to Economic Policy Institute, this is partly because these choices don't stem, or they stem from a lifetime of decisions shaped by economic and social forces, like being told that women shouldn't do STEM and they should be the keepers of the house or whatever. Also, as a black man, you should know this. Doctors are more likely to dismiss the pain of not only black people, but black women in particular.
Any statistical proof you can give me that women have it worse than men and men are your oppressors?
Okay, so now time to address all of your points. Before we continue, I will have to make a claim that to help me speed through all of your points in order for all of this to be cohesive. Claim is, most of the things that seem to help women either come from toxic masculinity, misogyny, or the expectation of motherhood on women. So homelessness. Women are more likely to receive better service because they are expected to be mothers. Additionally, men are taught from a young age to suppress their emotions and ignore their mental health. This is exacerbated by a sheer amount of combat veterans, which is caused because women are more likely to be seen as less disposable because of the motherhood. 38% college number, trade school, and entrepreneurship are more acceptable as alternatives for men to college. The reason why courts are harsher on men is because of capitalism, manual labor, and all that shit. And then on your club statement, honestly, man, you can do it too. You just go to a gay club and get free drinks and call people broke all you want.
Okay, so a lot of people are talking about this on TikTok now, and I'm so glad. So glad. Okay. Women aren't supposed to give birth like they do now. Basically, King Louis XIV had all his wives lay back so he could watch them give birth to his children because he enjoyed it. He was horny. So before women started laying back because of Louis XIV, there were birthing chairs, which looked something like this. There were multiple different versions of it. I tend to remember ones like this with the hole in the middle. So women would use birthing chairs, or they would stand up, so gravity would do a lot of the work. Laying back hurts a lot more. And the only reason we do it this way is because one man was horny.
Hey sissy, tell mom and dad I won't be back for another week. Yeah, it's school again. But I'm going to a party tonight. I'll call you after, I promise. I love you, my girl. See you then. Bye. Those were the last words my sister had ever spoken to me. She went missing, and a month later we found her body in a ditch. She was bludgeoned and her throat was slit. She was raped before she died. We never found her killer. A month later, my brother was picked up off the road. He was walking home from a friend's house, and a group of guys just picked him up. He was found a week later, burned. They thought he was a kid when they first found him, but nope. He was just burned for that long. His killers were never found either. I caught the school months after saying that my siblings deserved it because we're dirty savages. The RCMP wasn't going to look for us anyway. They said we're missing for a reason.
I can't stand a bitch who tries to embarrass you by being like, do you remember what you did last night? It's like, yeah, bitch, I remember what I did. I spiced up the whole evening for your hella vanilla ass.
There's a common misconception that cis women can't have Adam's apples, and that lie was created by insecure-ass men that decided that Adam's apples were masculine for some reason. But I'm here to tell you that that's a fucking myth. If you think that only men or that transgender women can have Adam's apples, you're fucking dumb.
Story time. If a man ever fucks you over, like real bad, this isn't like for like he left you on open or anything. This is like he fucked your best friend, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna go buy tuna in cans in oil. This is the key. It can't be in water. It has to be in oil, okay? Tuna in cans in oil. Got it. You're gonna go find his car, and you know how the windows have the little rubber seal? You're gonna pull the seal back, and you're gonna pour the tuna oil into the creases, into the, inside where the window goes. He's gonna need to buy a new car. It's gonna smell like something died. He's not gonna be able to figure it out. No one's gonna be able to figure it out. He's gonna have to get a new car. You're welcome.
Welcome to the video recap. My name is Natalia, and today we're going to be talking about this statue right behind me. This is a statue of Medusa that has just been erected in front of the New York City courthouse. And you're asking yourself, why Medusa in front of a courthouse? Well, let's examine her history, or shall I say her story. You see, in her story, Poseidon not only stalked her, but raped her, and then had everybody blame her for it. And then after that, Athena, who was super jealous, gave her snakes in her head. And then finally, Perseus chopped off her head and wore it as a trophy. So in the new turn of events, because it is 2020, we have a new narrative, and now we have Medusa with Perseus' head because she chopped it off in a metaphorical move as a Me Too movement. You see, this statue is supposed to represent woman empowerment and the fact that we do not have to be afraid of the man. Literally.
Hey Samantha, what do you want to be for Halloween? Fucked. What about you? A cat.
Because let's face it, it's ridiculous. We're the only animal on the planet that pretends like the female of our species is weak. Have you guys ever met a woman? Not weak at all. No. Could you imagine ever pretending like any other animal was weak just because it was the girl of that animal? You'd never be standing on the beach going, oh my God, I can't believe that Larry just got eaten by a girl shark. Girl sharks be crazy. Yeah, they're emotional eaters. She's like, I had a bad day. Ah, Larry. Then she's like, why did I eat all of Larry? Bridget, why didn't you split Larry with me? Now I feel like a sea cow.
A lot of men have been commenting on my videos saying, oh, don't generalize us men. Not all men are bad. But let's look at the statistics for a second. In India, 1 out of 3 women are physically or sexually assaulted. So we've got Sahara, Sunena, Selena. Which one of us is going to be assaulted? And before we just start coming for South Asia, let's not forget, in the United States, a woman is sexually assaulted every 73 seconds. So by the time you're done watching about 2 TikToks, someone is going to be sexually assaulted. So yeah, not all men are bad, but there's enough men that don't respect women for me not to feel safe when I step outside of my home.
Why does my girl get upset when I refuse to buy her feminine products? I know, right? Like, I don't want people thinking I get periods. It's almost like she thinks me stigmatizing an inherent biological function compromised the unconditional love that I'm supposed to be feeling for her. Just because we think that their lady cleansing system is disgusting doesn't mean we think they're disgusting, just their bottom half. Ladies are dumb, man. I don't even know why we bother. Same, man.
I wasn't able to duet this, but everyone needs to hear this.
Comment that I should have given birth when I was pregnant and I should have put the baby up for adoption because I didn't want it, and that there are plenty of other couples out there that would love a baby. If those couples want a baby, if you want to sit there and push how adoption is always an option, go tell those motherfucking couples to adopt the fucking kids in the fucking foster care system that have no parents. Go tell them to go adopt the fucking kids who don't know love. Go tell them to go adopt the fucking kids that have been emotionally, physically, and sexually abused by the system. There are fucking kids out here sitting in a system getting moved around from home to home because they aren't a shiny new baby. Children are not toys, they're not cars. You don't go and say, oh, I want a kid, but I only want the new one. You care so much about the fucking kids, go care about the actual fucking living kids who don't know love, and stop being concerned with a fucking fetus that didn't even know that it was gonna be born. You care so much about the fucking kids, go care about the fucking kids. Mind your fucking...
We do not make jokes about that. Get in the trash.
I just learned that you wear a white wedding dress because it means you're pure and you're a virgin.
Why should President Trump come see your show?
Well, I hope he doesn't, because I won't perform if he does.
Really?
Really.
Tell me why.
Because I hate the motherfucker. How's that?
It's okay to be bigger than your partner. Well, if that's the case, you're gonna have a tough time finding one.
I don't think you realized you did it, but you definitely just admitted to everybody on the internet that your, is too small to fit in between a pair of cheeks. Sorry about your luck, my dude.
I now pronounce you woman and husband. Mrs. Smith, you may kiss the groom. So you're here for a vasectomy. And you're only 30? Have you spoken to your wife about this? Oh, you're not married. Well, how do you know you're not going to want to have kids? I'm sorry, I'm just not comfortable performing this. No, listen, I'm not sexist. I'm just not comfortable with men in politics. Like, they're gonna lead with their wiener, and like what, every time their team loses a football game, we're gonna go to nuclear war? They're just way too emotional. It's physiological. Young man, you know V-neck shirts are against the dress code. I pulled you out of class because it's ridiculous. It's way too distracting for the girls. You need to go home and change or you're gonna get detention.